Have you ever worked on somebody that's so stoic that they're not communicating with you? Like, even though you've talked about it and say you're thinking, like, your own intuition is like, okay, I've got to be close here, and there's nothing.
The main thing is are they breathing or are they tightening up against you? Right? Rather than the numbers. I mean, first, obviously, you want to make sure that you've given them a keyword that they're not going to go, oh, you're hurting me, right?
And then they say nothing.
And that's fine. Make sure they're breathing. As long as they're deep breathing, all's good.
Okay.
You know, it's fine, because a 10 means I'm about to tighten up and not breathe.
Okay.
So really, it can be done without the numbers, as long as the person, you've got that, hey, is it okay if I just work on you, what I think, and you know, you'll respond, right? Because you can respond if somebody's tightening up against. So this is really good now. I can feel this starting to shift, actually. It's still really tight, but I can feel it actually starting to melt a bit under my finger. And this is where I was saying, or my thumb, this is where I was saying she was really tight to start with. But, you know, they're still held in here. My intention is to come back into this spot, but I just want her to have a little rest, so I know how intense it is.
How would you know you don't overwork there?
Well, when you mean overwork, it's either you're working on, you could say the definition of overwork is you're overworking here and it's not releasing.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then you haven't come back to, if it's not letting go here, you haven't done a good enough job between here and here. If you keep going, it's just not letting go, well, it's anchored.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something you always need to be paying attention to. Is it letting go? If not, because the tendency, like I said, this is a difficult area to master, to understand what you're doing. And so people have a tendency to get in where they can actually feel it more, and then it doesn't let go because they haven't done it here. So this is what I'm saying. It might take you, you know, a while to really master this, and you got to play around with it. You got to have it done to you, as well as do it to others, do it to yourself, all of that. So I'm starting to actually feel quite happy now, because I'm feeling this letting go. I'm feeling this letting go at the back. This is let go a bit. I haven't done this yet. Okay, but I've got 3 sides of the toe that are starting to. I'm feeling the impact of what I've done.
And you get a lot more movement.
Oh yeah, a lot more. Yeah. So it's you know, it's sort of been hard work. It's been an intense kind of slog for both her and me, in a sense, because I'm focused. It's taking a lot of mental energy, and I'm also aware that I'm working her at a 9.9. You know, in many times, not all the time, of course. Again, so coming back to this bottom band here, and again, 9.9. So I often do change bands. I'm not just like going, oh, I'm just going to work on, I come here, I come here. Like I say, in my first run over, I look at that each toe has at least 4 bands. Here, 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 and here. And I say at least is because when my wife works on me, she's always actually working through here. So I'm saying there's a band here, she's always convinced, and I've seen this on other people, that there's another band through here. Okay? So, yeah. Which means that there's probably also another band through here. It's not as pronounced, but yeah, don't discard it, because on some people it can be there, right? So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to work this side. You okay, Elvira?
Feeling cold, I guess.
What's that?
Feeling cold. Not cold, but cold.
She feels a little bit cooler.
Oh, cooler, yeah. Please, like, let's keep her warm. Throughout this kind of thing, it's imperative that she stays warm.
Yeah, she's grabbing one already.
So now I'm coming to this side. This side's probably the tightest side, and one of the reasons, that's probably why I left it till last, because she's, you know, having to get used to all of this. this spot feels really charged to me. So I'm just adjusting my, you too. So I'm changing my angle, but I don't want it to be overwhelming for her. If you feel, yeah. Make sure you don't pick up too much energy, because I'm pushing it that way. Again, just giving her a little rest, because I know how intense that is. Coming back to a different band, just to, working in through here, and really moving that joint this way. And really now bringing it this way to come into here. Again, you can see it's so tight, but I don't want to go too hard. The main thing is to get that right pressure between being ineffective, if you're too light, and overwhelming. Okay, there's that balance, that 9, and for me, it's like, I want to be as effective as possible, but not overwhelming. So I like to work at 9.8s, 9.9s here. And you can see why this is really only a massage for green lights and people that are just ready to kind of loosen, not often just a person straight off the street, right?
I think sometimes when somebody has been living with pain for a long time, they're a lot more ready for that.
Oh yeah.
Like
They just want to get better.
Yeah. They'll do whatever.
This'll work.
Yeah.
There's no, it'll take time. And how much time it takes is depending upon how tight it is, how high a pain threshold they have. I feel like she's doing the best she can.
Yeah.
So, we just work with that. Patience.
What about the idea of even if somebody isn't as ready for the deeper work at the 9 level, still working at like a 7-8 level and still releasing the bands?
Yeah, just take more time. That's all. Yeah. You're not going to get as profound results as quickly, but you'll still get results.
But like that idea versus working the full body,
Oh,
you would still get better results at the lower level on the toes.
definitely.
No?
Yep. And eventually they'll kind of go, because it's 7, they might go, oh, well, you can go a bit harder. Once you build up the bridge of trust and they kind of know that it's effective,
And the first go round looses enough off that the next time you can go deeper.
That's right. That's right. It's never going to benefit the person if they go, I hated that treatment so much, I'm not coming back. Okay? That's, so always work with that, this is kind of like connoisseur's massage in a sense, you got to be kind of really keen. So I'm really getting, this spot feels really charged to me as well, but it's shifting gradually. So now I'm going down. As I said, this side, on most people, I find the inner part of the big toe is very sensitive on a lot of people. It's charged on a lot of people. I'm getting in way deeper now. I'm being able to get in there, and I'm kind of looking, and maybe it's, you working on her head as well is helping. But how is it, Elvira? Is it still up there at a 9.9?
Some points.
Some points, yeah.
This pulls into my ankle and into my knee.
Yeah, it will, absolutely. So whenever I treat ankle, knee, or hip problems, I treat the toes first, because this is the origins of it all.
And if they say it's getting pulled, is it better to kind of touch and push it up?
Yeah,
Kind of?
yeah.
Push it
Yeah.
light feather kind of?
Yeah. Until it comes out through the breath and into the belly.
What about the concept of pulling the energy out through the toes?
You can. I mean, I do that sometimes, but this kind of tension, it's got to go up. Yeah. Because it also can have, a lot of the time you'll feel like little crystals, it feels like little grains of sand underneath your... And that to me is like I don't know exactly what it is, but I feel like it's kind of crystallized acids or something like that, which will all then get flushed up higher and through the blood. So anything through the blood, of course, we want to go towards the heart. If it's more just pure energy rather than also, you know, because those crystals, they're physical, you know, like, yeah, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going in a lot deeper. Okay, we're finding, I'm sort of just exploring where her new 10 is there, and I'm about there, I think. And then holding that. And then moving the toe. So this is like a slow, steady, but incredibly effective way to completely rid the body of tension. And so this is even just with my thumb now. It's
Does that mean it's coming more to the surface, it's able to be released better?
maybe I need to do her belly. It's getting where she's getting a bit more. So it could be pulled up here, which means she's not able to handle it deeper. So we get the noise out of her. And one thing we can note here too is these lines are getting more prominent. So they're on the big toe belly band in a sense. So energy's building up there.
I noticed that with you yesterday.
Yeah. Always pay attention to that.
Which bands are getting more prominent?
And as she breathes here, they're slightly going down.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah. And again, it's that yin yang, right? The yin is the deep relaxation. I work intensely and then want her to relax again. See how they're dissipating?
Yeah, that is absolutely.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. And as she goes
Those
back
lines?
into, yeah,
Yes.
those lines. So as she goes back into, I'm relaxing. Whereas, you know, if I'm hitting her 10, if I went to a 10.1, that's going to be that sort of tightening up, right? And it's delicate balance there, right? And especially when I'm kind of going, okay, I need to get into this spot. Where's her 10?
Yes.
And they're going, okay. Yeah, now they're almost gone. And some gentle rocking. Just moving that energy through her whole, and those lines are gone. So whenever you see those lines starting to appear, and notice how she's not handling it, it's like it's all jammed up. So you can't keep forcing it. So notice her pain threshold suddenly went right down. That's what I was able to do. That's a good sign. Okay. Notice already how the difference in how her foot is starting to be more, this, you know, it's starting to let go more on this side here and fall this way. That it takes time, right? Do you guys want to have a quick feel just of the differences? I might just use the toilet really quickly. But have a feel now. Again, this is just early stages. Certainly not finished. But do you notice it feeling a bit different?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this one's gummy and this one's.
Oh, and it moves all over.
Even like the texture of our skin is softer.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
How do you feel?